Good morning. It is Tuesday, January 21st, and today is the memorial of St. Agnes. This is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Coming up, a conversation about the California Blackrobe. But first, your local weather and this news. A Detroit pastor gave the invocation at President Donald Trump's inauguration yesterday. Pastor Lorenzo Sewell quoted passages of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech and prayed for the president and Americans to, quote, live in a nation where we will not be judged by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. Sewell said in previous interviews that after a divisive political season, the country needed to get on the same page. Sewell is a pastor for 180 Church in West Detroit. Newly inaugurated President Donald Trump had a long day yesterday as he attended multiple celebratory events after his inauguration. Trump also signed dozens of executive actions last night in the Oval Office, including one to try and end birthright citizenship, a constitutional issue that would need to be changed with a constitutional amendment or in the courts.
And it's just absolutely ridiculous, but, we'll see. We have very good grounds. People have wanted to do this for decades.
Trump incorrectly claimed that the U.S. is the only nation granting citizenship to babies born within their borders. There are actually over 20 countries that offer birthright citizenship, including Mexico. Trump also signed an executive action that designates drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations and pardons for about 1,500 of his supporters who rioted at the Capitol on January 6, 2021. Americans seem ready for some change in Washington. Natalie Migliori has more.
With President Trump wasting no time getting to work, already signing a series of executive orders, people are hoping for one thing when it comes to the state of politics in the United States.
Peace, a little bit more kindness, and just get America to be united again. That's all I'd like to see.
I hope so, but I don't see it happening. I think it's just going to get worse, honestly.
Democrats, Republicans all have to get together and stop playing politics and start worrying about what this country's about.
According to a recent poll from Pew Research, 76% of Republicans have said they're hopeful for America's future, as opposed to 29% of Democrats who say the same. I'm Natalie Migliori, NBC News Radio.
Back here in Michigan, everyone is under a cold weather advisory, winter weather advisory, or extreme cold warning. Around the state, organizations and churches are providing warming centers for people. In West Michigan, Kalamazoo Gospel Mission is offering day sheltering, which they normally don't.
It takes a matter of minutes when the weather is this cold for frostbite and other cold-related issues to arise. And so really our desire is to make sure that people know where we're at and that we're accessible.
That's Chief Operating Officer John Simpson, who says they're also providing lunch for anyone who's there to stay warm, and they have gloves and hats for people that decide to go back outside. This is Michigan Mornings. Now this.
Do you have a teenager at home who's full of potential? Too often the world is telling you to be content with mediocrity instead of raising respectful and responsible young adults with strong character. Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Ray. If you need some help, not only to navigate those teen years, but to really enjoy them, check out my book, Standing Strong, Good Discipline Makes Great Teens, as well as my other books on the store page at AveMariaRadio.net.
The cold weather advisory is still in effect through midday tomorrow. Today in Detroit, we'll have mostly cloudy skies and a high of 8. Tonight will be mostly clear with lows dipping to -2. Wednesday, we'll have increasing clouds and it will be warmer with temperatures around 17. Thursday continues the warming trend with mostly cloudy skies and highs in the mid-20s. Friday will be partly sunny with temperatures also in the mid-20s. The cold weather advisory is still in effect through midday tomorrow. Today in Saginaw, we will have partly sunny skies and a high of 6. Tonight will be partly cloudy with lows dipping to -2. Wednesday, we'll have mostly cloudy skies and it will be warmer with temperatures around 17. Thursday continues the warming trend with mostly cloudy skies and highs in the mid-20s. Friday will be partly sunny with temperatures in the mid-20s. Welcome back to Michigan Mornings. I'm Matthew Handley. Recently on Catholic Connection, Teresa Tomeo spoke with Father Cornelius Michael Buckley about his new book, California Blackrobe. Here's a snippet of that interview.
So what is the most surprising thing you think the readers of this book, Blackrobe, will learn about Father Fessio and his life?
Well, he's certainly a very, very interesting person. And as I say, personality-wise, he can only be described in similes and so forth. But I think it might be a surprise to just find out what happened to Catholic education. What happened to Jesuit education? What happened to the Jesuit schools that were so prominent before World War II? And today are, as I say, still Jesuit, but they're not Catholic any longer. What happened? How did this take place? Was there a reaction? What was the reaction? What was the result of the reaction? And I think that's going to be a question and a topic that people will be interested in, particularly those who are graduates of the Jesuit colleges.
When did you start working on the book?
I think it was about 5 or more years ago. About 5 years ago. I didn't work on it too much. I did work on it very much. And it was just something in the back closet. And but then Mark Bumley and other people of the press, the president of the press, kind of pushed me on, and I got to it more and more, and then it became more of a challenge in the last a couple of years, especially the last year.
You can find the whole interview if you go to January 14th's episode of Catholic Connection in the audio archives at AveMariaRadio.net. And don't miss Catholic Connection with Teresa Tomeo coming up at 8 o'clock here on Ave Maria Radio. St. Ignatius of Antioch says, "Try to gather together more frequently to give thanks to God and to praise Him. For when you come together frequently, Satan's powers are undermined, and the destruction he threatens is done away with in the unanimity of your faith." I'm Matthew Handley. That does it for this edition of Michigan Mornings on a Tuesday. Lord willing, I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.